Alright, well we have a new problem with the pickup. That does nothing. That is the block heater. I can tell this because it's frozen solid in the mornings. So I have a little trick just to make sure that it's actually not working. I mean, it's obvious it's not working because it's not heating up. But I have a kilowatt. Okay, so with both things plugged in, we got the extension cord in the back and the block heater in the front. You can see that it's receiving 120 volts from the receptacle, but you push amperage and that shows you that it's not drawing any current. So we've either got a problem with the cord going to the block heater, it's not plugged in, or the block heater itself is bad. Let's take a look. Well, because I know that it's plugged in, I know that's a fairly new block heater, we are going to suspect this thing here, which is a thermostat. It basically turns on when it gets cold outside, so it's very possible that something's wrong in there. Either way, I'm not sacrificing anything here really, because if I have to put a new one in, I'm going to put a new cord in anyway. So we're going to test it out. Make sure the other end's unplugged, just for fun. And then we're just going to Wago this together for now and test it out, see if it draws any current then. If it does, then we found our culprit. It's kind of cold out here. Nah, it's fine. Beautiful. Okay, let's give this a shot. I decided not to use Wago connectors because I couldn't find them. So I'm going to try this and give her a shot. Nothing to lose really. You don't need a ground. Alright, moment of truth, here we go. Okay, here we go. 119.5 volts. Come on, work now. It looks like it's working to me. Okay, here's another thing we got to fix on this old beast. I made a mistake, and it's completely my fault. This is the control wire that goes inside that hooks up to the switches that controls the plow. The problem is I had this running down and it got stuck between the plow and this support bar down here. So it got pinched between there when I pushed up into the pile, and it pinched the wires off. So we got to fix these wires right here. Hook that. You can see right here that the blue one, I mean all of them got pinched really. So we're gonna fix those up nice, tape up this end, or no, we'll heat shrink this one since it's out in the elements. And then we're going to cinch up these cables away from all that stuff from there. I wasn't thinking about the fact that it goes that high and could potentially get pinched in there. So we're just going to snip this all off and start from scratch. Not much left on the end of this thing. Unfortunately, it pinched right at the end where, I mean, a guy could probably take the end of this apart and fix it, but I don't have that kind of time today. And this will work just fine anyway. It's all low current stuff. It's just controlling solenoids that operate the hydraulics of the plow. That apart. Apart. Clip these off right there. It's chilly out here today. Only a few degrees above zero. I mean, when else are you going to break stuff? And out here we will not use a Wago. I mean, it would probably work. Probably work just fine. But I think we're going to do some heat shrinking out here. And some nice crimp style heat shrink connectors. The pink ones, since this is kind of small wire. So. Okay, we'll just start by putting a bunch of these on the end here. One little trick that I've learned over the years is take this connector and put it in there first. I don't always remember to do it, but when I do, it makes life easier because you don't have to hang on to so much stuff. So, slip your wire in, crimp it down, you're done. I like these connectors. I've used them a lot for outdoor, in the cold and in the snow and on trailers and all sorts of stuff. They seem to stand up really well. Come on now. But just as I say that, it doesn't work, right? Nope. And we'll heat shrink the one half since I can kind of spread them out. We don't need a blast furnace here, just a little bit. Enough to melt the wires. Yeah. You can kind of see it before and after there now. So that shrinks down. It's got some glue inside that glues to the wire, to the insulation. And there you have it. So that is a watertight connection between the insulation on that wire and the outer part of this. Now, one thing to remember is if you have the wrong kind of crimper, you can actually damage this outer shielding here on these connectors. So if I was to use this one here, I flipped you off, I'm sorry. If I was to use this one here and crimp with that, it's very likely that it's going to poke a hole in that insulation. So that's why it says on here, non-insulated, insulated. And that way this one, all it does, instead of puncturing it, it just crunches it down, is all. So. Also, not that they're the greatest in the world or anything, but I've had these strippers, we're going to call them strippers, these strippers for quite a while. This is the Vice Grip brand, and so far I must say they're probably, oops, just as I say it, they're probably one of the best I've used. If you guys have any suggestions on better ones, I'll take it. But here we are, it's freezing cold outside, and they're stripping nicely. Now let's see if we can mix up the colors just to make controlling this thing interesting. I should cut off all the stragglies. Sniffies. Okay. Leave a comment below which wire we should start with. No, just kidding, don't do that. Because we're going to do yellow. Why? Because it's yellow. My knee is on fire, but at least it's warm. Okay, there's one. Oh no, what? It fell out for some reason. Dang it. Don't even tell me. So how important is the yellow one? I don't know. Might end up redoing that one. Black to black. Now we're going to do red. So I made kind of a cool controller for this on the inside of the truck. It's one that came with it. This is from Bailey Hydraulics. When I got this plow, it didn't have a working hydraulic motor or anything on it. It was there, but everything was broken on it. So I ordered this. It was $600 or $700 from Bailey, and it came and it was exactly what I needed. It was perfect. I mounted it on there and it worked immediately. That was a few years back. But the controller that it came with was this big orange thing that you would find on like a hoist or something, and it was very cumbersome inside the truck trying to hold that thing while shifting and while pushing the buttons and everything else. So I used it that way for a couple of years, and I was so glad when I thought, hey, you know, I could use this. I've got like a little joystick that came off of a CNC machine, and it's like a jog controller. So I hooked it up to some relays because the contacts in it weren't very strong. And it works terrific. hook those. Burn off the sprinklies. Oh, perfect. So take a look. There we go. Unfortunately, I forgot to put the heat shrink on the wire first. I was going to slide it up there and heat shrink it on, but here we go. I'm just going to use some loom here, I guess. And of course, it's freezing, so we got some bigger stuff. Put it right up over this. Tape the whole thing down real good. Zip tie these all up to here so they don't get damaged any further. So next year we get to replace the seals in that or the main ram, one or the other. There we go. Perfect. Well, thanks for joining me. That was a fun repair. Seems to work nice. Until next time. Thanks for watching.